right. So I read the significant challenges in technology adoption in the K through 12 classroom. Um, so the solvable challenges were creating authentic learning opportunities, looking at my notes, integrating technology. The difficult challenges were personalizing learning and teacher roles. And then the wicked challenges were teaching innovations and teaching complex thinking. So the solvable challenges with creating authentic learning opportunities, it talked about different ways that you can, because, we service a lot of kids that just don't have very many life experiences. So it talked about how you can create partnerships with within the community and internships and get your kids involved. And that's one way to help them, learn hands-on learning, and it's more authentic than just talking to them about it. Integrating technology, it's hard to, they talked about how it's hard for you to integrate technology when sometimes you don't have enough technology, you don't have the support on campus, you don't have, there's not enough training going into it. And then personalizing learning, that one, I really understood that one. And I think we can all kind of relate to that one because, there's the Connect Ed program, the Connect program that's going on that's pretty popular, and it's all personalized to each student. But it's difficult to solve, to do that because of standardized testing. You're personalizing these kids you're personalizing their learning experience, but they're not able to perform on tests because they're not learning the national, the curriculum set forth by the state and stuff. So it was pretty interesting. I did enjoy reading those few pages.
I also read the challenges, also for K through 12, and I definitely could relate with what they were saying about one, not having enough resources in the classroom. Like for myself, I only have 2 student computers and a few iPads, but the iPads, they don't even have access to like all of the internet and, like full access. So I know administration, the district, there's a huge push for technology to be implemented in your classroom, but they're not really showing us what that looks like. So they're talking about, the training, like send me to a training. I want to see what it looks like. Especially like with the project-based learning, that's something else they're getting really big. It's like, when do you even have the time for kids to really sit down and research, use the technology correctly? Because that's like a whole thing. You have to really teach them how to get on the internet, find things. So I do agree with a lot of the challenges that is, how do you implement it along with everything that you have to cover, your curriculum, and I teach 3rd grade. So along with standardized testing. So how can you like meet the needs of both of those things?
Right.
I read the Horizon Report Europe, the 2014 Schools Edition. They had a solvable challenge was integrating the technology into teacher education programs, so that if they, teach the teachers how to use it, what it looks like, how to implement it, then they'll be able to teach the students. And there was a Norwegian school that has started implementing a program, but they were having the same, issues in Europe as we're having here, that the teachers are ill-equipped, to teach digital learning. Another solvable challenge was for teachers to be able to blend formal learning with informal learning. And a wicked challenge was how schools can include students in the design of their own learning. to be, like what you were saying, more student oriented. Also, a difficult challenge was incorporating more authentic learning in the classroom, which means like more everyday kind of problems that they might encounter in real life. I have like 6 pages of notes, so bear with me. And another problem that they faced was students' low digital performance, but that will be corrected over time with more access to technology and more training for teachers and students alike. Solvable challenge for them. It was a solvable challenge, and there's a school in Milan that is implementing something called Design of the Future Classroom, where students will learn how to make videos, and it's in what's called a flipped classroom. So basically the students are kind of the teachers, and the teachers are more of like a facilitator.
Yeah.
Let's see.
ISD is doing that, or I know a few. I think one of the middle school campuses is doing that in Pasadena.
Also, they had a difficult challenge was creating more authentic learning opportunities. I think I've already said that one, but that was through more real-world problems and solutions by role-playing, problem-based activities, and case studies. I kind of see that as more of like a high school or college level, because in the elementary, we're more on procedures and how you do things. So I don't know really how that fits in with elementary learning. I see that more as junior high and high school.
Well, and that's interesting because you read the European edition, and I read, I don't think I read, it's not the European edition, it didn't say that, but you said the creating authentic learning opportunities was difficult over there, a difficult challenge. Well, it's a solvable challenge in the one that I read. So it's interesting that it's difficult over there and considered solvable over here.
It might be the access to technology over there,
Right.
Also, a wicked challenge for them was, well, I think I've said this one too, students as co-designers of their learning. It was a wicked challenge for them. It says, I wrote down, it's evidence when students are given tools and responses, and they respond to design on their own learning environment.
Well, and I can also see how that's a major challenge, because I just don't feel like kids know what they want to do. They just don't, they just don't know enough about themselves and about what they want to do to be able to be a co, what was the word that you used? My brain's fried.
Let's see. Well, a co-designer, yes.
Co-designer, there you go. Co-designer of their education. So.
Right.
And I think at the elementary level, they're not equipped for that.
Right. Exactly.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
But and also they found it a wicked challenge to incorporate complex thinking and communication with the students that in the area of technology, which would equip them on how the world works. Like, for example, to empower them to become the next inventors of, say, Facebook, Amazon, or Google.
Yeah.
Platforms like that.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed chatting with you guys. I do believe we are out of time. So it was interesting, and I enjoyed, hearing about your thoughts and your opinions. So I'm going to stop recording.